That's another goof. Again, there's so much arithmetic happening in my head right now for all the back end going on. Uh, Go ahead and unmute yourselves, guys, and talk to me. I'll do the intro later. This is going to be a marathon. I can edit it in later. It's all good. But, I just want to make sure you guys get time to chat and discuss the our segment, our now reoccurring segment, as you are two of my most trusted astro witnesses or cosmic witnesses. I thought it'd be pretty smart to start off the mercurial directness of today. Finally, funny, I'm still having a bunch of technical goofs, and chatting with you two, Jilly Beans and Freighter Perseus of Dim Zoom and Transplutonic. Yeah, thank you for joining me. And wow, what a few crazy fucking couple of months it's been, at least, especially since we last chatted. Yeah, nuts stuff.
And I found yeah, it was awesome last. Always thought and here we are here.
Here we are. Yeah, I mean, it's only right and natural because I think not only since knowing both of you has my sort of gleaning and kind of my own arithmetic has been expanded and expounded upon through astrological rhythms here and there, and it's just something now that I find myself, like any other language, like reading the news about, or checking in on transits and seeing, what are some kind of, overlapping synchro punches in there and stuff. And I'm finding as the deeper you get into that arithmetic, it's pretty astounding, pretty incredible. And yeah, how have the past few months been for you, Leo?
Well, ever since Halloween.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm just wondering why I'm not getting your anymore. Yeah, you're very quiet. And that's on my end. So I'll just need to figure that out because it's like you should be coming through my whatchamacallit desktop and all that. It's been a nightmare, and of course, like I choose Mercury and retrograde and this like really heavy transit, to do this heavy tech installation, learning, it's been nuts. But let's see. Go ahead and
it worked well last
there
night.
you go.
Keith. What did you touch?
There you are.
Last night we thought we were good, and you
Nope.
touched a button or something.
No. Jill, once again, everything's fine. Everything's working fine. I think I'm just very skittish. Yeah. You were just coming in quiet, and it was a very easy fix. But, I'm going to do my due diligence. One of the major machinations of like why I'm doing this and why I'm choosing the equinox to debut, such a huge like kind of progression is because it's my new normal to ensure kind of my intentions and my signal path is married to my intention, and no more technical goofs and gaffs. That chat with CW Chanter in New York City, like the mic issues, the post-production necessities, like after doing the podcast for so long, and having so much fun with the experimental aspects of it, like I needed to get back to ensuring that like I had the right tools and talisman to cast a good and not distracting broadcast, like with you guys chatting, because like I feel personally responsible. I hated the fact that the last HAUNTQUINOX I didn't make into a video or audio cast because I was just spiraling in my own kind of technical difficulties, and it's not perfectionism. I do have a standard though. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know me, all my shit's kind of ramshackle, and duct taped and jerry rigged anyway. But like, if the audio is just more annoying, if you're not listening to the words and you're listening to the sound the words are making, that's an issue, unless that's intended, right? And I think that has a lot to do with maybe this kind of new moon, this crazy Piscean just season, and all of the planets, either finally leaving Neptune or leaving Pisces to Aries. Like, maybe because of my natal chart placements, I am particularly prone to the goof juice that is around. I know both of you kind of know what my working natal chart
Yeah.
is now, but also the node in Virgo, right, and Pisces, or my rising and sun sign. So it's just, yeah, it's been crazy.
Well, Pisces too, you're gonna feel everything in your body. You're gonna feel every bit of it, and I think that's why you're feeling it all right now, Keats.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Pisces, like someone who has the sign of Pisces, they're very prone to that. But I feel like this energy is making us feel everything in our bodies. That's why if the sound's not perfect, it's not feeling right in your body, and you're kind of like it's throwing you off. But I do know you are a perfectionist. But
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do know
I
that
resent that. So,
you do not. I tell you all the time.
I
But I
know, but
appreciate your perfectionism.
I guess Leo can attest to it too. It's a really shoddy perfectionism, though. It's like, uh, you know, I guess like, to try to attain like a vision, like in the material world, try to make a thought form into reality with like art or whatever, like as close to what you have in your head as possible. I guess that's a sort of like perfectionism, right? To be obsessive about that.
Mhm.
So,
I
I
think
don't
the last thing I'll say, because I want Leo to make sure, because Leo is always fantastic. So now that Mercury's like out of retrograde, we're supposed to get like this 2 week kind of rest, restore, like kind of pick up the pieces of the retrograde, everything that got destroyed. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully the next 2 weeks we're gonna get a little bit of a break and then just keep on keeping on. And another thing that kind of came to me intuitively, which I did it in my video last night, was a great time for healing. And people that know me, like outside of YouTube or whatever, I have a nickname of Princess. And the princess should never wait for a prince. And I have this book. The princess saves herself in this one. And I was like, this is so perfect because I'm going to probably read it later. But it's just saying, like, you don't need anyone to save you. You can save yourself. If you're looking for someone to come in and make your life better, it's not going to happen. So, this is the time. If you want to make change, start doing it now because this is the perfect time, perfect energy. And you never know what next month is going to bring. Just saying.
Yeah, I feel that. Leo, you reclining, you sitting back proud, gazing upon
Yeah,
your work.
I am still just listening to you guys. I always sit too close, and it hurts my back in this chair every time I do a meeting with you guys or with Keats. So I'm trying to just more
Sorry,
relax
man.
today. Don't take
Yeah.
my
Oh,
don't take my
really?
as not caring.
Of
Um,
course not. Yeah, I know you do.
yeah. Well, to kind of piggyback on what Jilly was just saying, yeah, literally 20 minutes ago, we just left the retrograde. So Mercury just stationed direct in Pisces 20 minutes ago. So that's over. So it's about to start moving forward, which is good. What I'll say is that this was an extreme, very extreme Mercury retrograde. I've noticed so many tech issues that it's frustratingly so. That it's just like my phone doesn't want to work. My phone is flipping up pages that I never touched, or like switching to things, or my computer doesn't want to connect, or my car doesn't want to start properly, or just these millions of little technical flaws that are happening in my life that I've noticed specifically. So that's one aspect we all know about classic Mercury retrograde. This one has been, because now that I'm aware of these things, I pay attention. This has been the most intense Mercury retrograde I've probably ever been aware of, for sure. And it's because it's retrograde, which means backward motion. It's also in fall. So the weird thing about Mercury is that it rules Gemini and Virgo. But most planets have 2 signs they rule and then a sign that they're exalted in. Mercury only has 2 signs, so it is like exalted and rules Virgo, which is opposite this retrograde. So
Okay.
that's something to keep in mind. That makes it even more like that's even like a double. Like I think this is more powerful than a similar retrograde would be in Sagittarius, which is also the sign of its detriment as well. So that's an extra heavy piece. Also, it was combust the sun, which means it was when that's what happens when the sun passes over or Mercury passes over the sun, whatever way you want to look at it. When they conjunct during a retrograde, it's combust. So that's usually the point of most tension from what I understand and what the astrologers that I follow and study from have been saying. Combust is one of those older concepts, more like I mean, it's an old concept, but like that word comes from the medieval, Renaissance era astrology a lot of the time. So I like that concept. Also, it's co-present with the eclipse points. It was co-present with the eclipse that happened at the beginning of the month. That's gigantic. That's a huge thing. Eclipses, as I'm
Yeah.
learning, I don't think they're usually great, especially on a world stage.
I don't enjoy an eclipse, just saying.
No, I don't think that they're usually great. Sometimes things can happen and sometimes good things will come and rises and falls. That's what they represent. But often I would just recommend that um you ward against
Not
an
work with
eclipse. You
eclipses.
definitely prepare for the eclipse time. And also like Keith was saying, like the North Node is in Pisces right now. And a few days ago it passed over it. A few days before that, it passed Mars Mercury went retrograde over Mars as it was going forward. So we had 2 of those. I didn't notice anything in the Mars day, but the North Node day, I drank something. I drank like an electrolyte drink, and it hurt my stomach. I think it reopened one of my sores and set me back the progress I was making by weeks,
Oh
and that
damn.
really upset me. So, and then it's going to go
That's
now
not
that it's direct, it's going to go forward and past that point again. So for the next few days, I got to be on guard and just be very vigilant. And I recommend everybody do that. Knowing what houses in your chart Mercury rules is
Yeah.
hyper important because there are 3 retrogrades a year.
Mhm.
So knowing that is gigantic for you as a person who wants to actually use the astrology and time to the astrology. I think Mercury retrogrades are one of the best places to start with, and knowing what, like I said, what houses that planet rules for you, because you're
Yeah.
going to see those effects in those houses, and it's going to translate back and forth like in a triangle between whatever sign it's retrograding in and those 2 houses. So
Mine's
yeah,
in my 12th house in my natal chart.
okay.
Funny enough. And it's conjunct to I'm so blind, I swear to God. 50s are the rough guys with the eyes, just saying. Gotta make everything big. But mine is it is conjunct my sun and also my true node. All my planets are like clustered on one side in my natal chart. But yeah, I'm like totally that makes sense because mine's in the 12th house. That's usually the ending. It's almost like I can't get to the end of the story, right?
Yeah, I'm curious what houses are Virgo and Gemini for you?
Give me 1 second. So my
I would
astrology skills, I will admit, are a little rusty because I really haven't been doing much of anything because some personal stuff. Keith is always like my true node. He brings me back. That's what I love about him.
nice.
You said what house? What house again? I'm sorry, my brain is like mush.
Yeah, the signs Gemini and Virgo, what houses are those for you in your natal
All
chart?
right, so Gemini and Virgo. Let me see. I enjoy Virgos. My son is a Virgo. That's why I say that. So
Oh my.
Virgo is my 9th, and
Okay.
Gemini is
You're
my where are you, Gemini?
6.
I just changed the way I did my houses and my chart because I didn't like them being. I don't have them all cut up anymore. So
Yeah, Placidus,
it's
I'm not
my 3rd
Placid
house.
or any of those quadrant houses. I like whole sign. So yeah, it should be
That's
your.
what I changed it to. I do whole signs now because I don't like it all messy.
Are you a Capricorn rising?
I am. I sure
Yeah. Okay.
am.
So it's your 6th and your 9th, just like mine, the exact
Mhm.
same. So it makes sense that we're having health issues, and we both got super sick in 2022. That makes a lot of sense. That's a crazy correlation, by the way.
We're meant to be together. We're meant to do all this, right?
Yeah.
So, in your chart, do you have like I have a grand trine in water. When I started to learn astrology, my first class, they pull it up and it's stuck out, like you can't miss it. And I found it so interesting because a grand trine in water indicates, I say psychic abilities. I hate using psychic, but it does indicate these kinds of gifts, whatever interests. I was like, oh my God, I'm not just a weirdo. It's actually in the stars that I've always been drawn to this sort of stuff. And luckily it's in water and it's not like in fire like everything else in my chart. Balance. I'm all fire and water. No earth. A little bit of air. Balance is my cross to bear this time around, I guess.
Yeah, I've thought about
Other than
that
my chart.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing too for people. Like I said, like astrology, like when you think about it, just in terms of horoscope, it's hit or miss because it's you're working with one aspect of a multifaceted, complex set of energies. So, knowing your chart, knowing your rising sign, knowing these things, just as a basic way to start for people. Because I know we're not talking to people who are necessarily that, and some of them might be, but some of them may not be. So just to get those things down as a primer for yourself, if it seems overwhelming, because it does, it starts to seem like math and it starts to seem like memorization and crazy geometry. But if you can just get those things down and start to track transits to your big three, your rising, your sun, and your moon, and learn what those things are, I think
Yeah, I mean,
you'll start to notice that, okay, this is starting to make more sense than the bullshit one how do you say, dimensional ways we're normally
Or
presented
the
with.
pop culture. Like I stopped reading horoscopes as soon as I started learning astrology. I don't think I've read a horoscope since then.
Yeah, they're funny if you try to now.
so just to
Yeah, it's
get
like it's
back
been I could do it. I could do
can you
it.
hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
But just to get back to the I've got a lot to say, especially as both of you know. I know Leo knows that I've been on a moon rhythm with output. So Algol came out like if it, every I think it was if it was a song for a full moon, then like a release a new moon. Oh no, and then the eclipses. I used the eclipses, and it was like the Virgo solar eclipse, Piscean lunar eclipse. I'm a Pisces, Virgo rising, Leo moon, and like just piggybacking on you talking about the eclipse energy. I used to be so. I still am. I'm just now. When I say used to be, maybe like 24 hours ago. I'm really coming around. Sorry, you can barely see me. I was trying to adjust stuff. I'm really coming around to the idea that like eclipse, maybe just don't be so haphazard with them. Like I think what I've been doing has been fine. Oh, that's my alarm. But that was a really heavy like praxis attunement to like understand the kind of severity of eclipses, and especially in what houses, planets that they're working in. My Mercury's in Pisces for me. My I think that's all to do with the seventh house too for Mercury. Um, but like I have both. I have Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in Pisces. So it's just been kind of like an exponentially. I don't
You're a
know, like
dreamer, Keith. You're a
yeah,
dreamer. That's why. Pisces are dreamers. And
sure,
when
sure.
you have that much of it in your chart.
No, yeah, and I'm a proud daydreamer, but I did want to bring that up, and that actually makes me think of this other point, and I only mentioned it to I think patrons and whatnot, but I'd been checking out this book. It's the Rosicrucian Fellowship Handbook, The Message of the Stars. It's from like the early 19th or early 20th century, so 1922, and in it I find more fascinating than anything else is sort of the societal understandings of what constitutes absolutes especially within astrology. Like, what constitutes feminine? What constitutes masculine? What constitutes benevolent? What constitutes malevolent? And noticing how insane things have evolved and also regressed since 1922 when they made this book. But it was also just part and parcel to understanding this Piscean age that we're in, and like all this talk about the Aquarian age, and we're seeing it with AI, and this is what you get, Aquarians. But no, we're seeing that with AI and technology, and more aloof, less compassionate, less empathetic. But then again, the Piscean age was fucking wrought with travesties, so it's not like one is better than the other. I just say this to mean that I find it interesting towards the end of the Piscean age, we saw a lot of the movers and shakers, especially in society and art, music, writing, all of the arts. Some scientists, philosophers, were Pisces. And a lot of them too, or are more on the like revolutionary kind of, or like the very like avant-garde and supremely individualized, where I would, I think normal astrologers would attune that more of an Aquarian kind of trait, but that's something that I've always been very, looky-loo, or like with like my people kind of thing. Mary's an Aquarius, and so we're very alike in those like degrees, but it's just super fascinating to me
Aquarians are
that
awesome. I have it on my wrist for my boys. I have a Virgo and Aquarius. These are my kids' signs, so they're on my wrist.
Yeah, so it's just fascinating to me too that we're feeling this societally. We're seeing the kind of like deregulation, like the deconstruction of what the Piscean, like the Piscean age at its worst in its like capitalistic nightmare infrastructure, hypernormalization, like the antithesis of empathy and compassion. And we're seeing that, like, holy shit, our government is actually run by, fucking nightmare bandits, like that. The only way forward is to truly just completely obliterate lineages upon lineages of old family money and crooked money, and the corruption is turtles all the way down. The only way through is to just like baptism by fire, but unfortunately that's probably not going to happen like that. So it's like we're all kind of in this weird liminal space of like understanding of how dark shit is, but not truly having the fathomability to conjure something to do about it in a way. And to me, that also was very akin to the Neptunian transit that we just had too, like at its worst and its dark side of the moon sort of thing, when it's like the fog of war, Neptune. It's the dreamy, but in that sort of illusionist sort of way, and it moving into Aries now, and now we're in the brink of war and all of this. Like, it seems very fitting that these huge Piscean last gusts are happening. Granted, we still have like another, 100 years of the Piscean age or whatever until the age of Aquarius. We won't live to see the age of Aquarius, but again, nothing in astrology starts on time, like literally. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? You thought kind of at the world at large as it kind of relates to the inner outer with those
I
body
do,
functions?
because you know what? I typically don't pay. I never really paid a lot of attention to politics. I'll be honest, I just didn't. But because I work in healthcare and there was some things going on in the fall that were going to affect healthcare, I paid attention because it's part of my job. And then I started to see the other stuff, and now you can't escape it. But if you notice, like, how are we going to get rid of our government? We, the people, are going to have to rise together. And you're starting to see that in Minnesota and all these other places. People are rising up and working together. And I think that's the spark to start the big what we need to get rid of this nightmare of a government that we have right now before my son gets drafted, which I couldn't believe they're even talking about. So that's how I look at it. Like it's starting to bubble, and also our fearless leader is every day declining more and more. So it's kind of like almost like a perfect storm. And if people continue to rise, we might be able to come out on the other side. Here's hoping. And again, remember, the no prince is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you with most of what you said there. I mean, probably all of it, honestly. Yeah, and I think the it's there's no undoing this. There's the solution is not political. And that's the
Mm-mm.
problem, that everybody thinks, well, not everybody, that's a broad generalization. Most people, I think, who are still bought into the system think you just vote the right person in. And I just want to say, cool, how many times has that really ever
Yeah.
worked? You know,
Mhm.
like you really think even one person who who was a valiant defender of the people
Yeah.
could take down the whole Leviathan themselves, even if they were pure and uncorrupt.
And
And I
that's what
don't.
I mean about this. Like, it feels like folks are kind of withdrawing from like the ability to truly find actionable and worthwhile things. Like, yeah, I think everybody, especially in our generation, has always kind of just understood that the electoral system, like the two-party system, all of it's a fucking crock of shit. You know, anyway.
You were
So
supposed to be
like,
able to trust that the government would take care of you, and that went out
I
the door
mean,
years ago, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I think for generations younger than us too, it's like I think they came out the womb questioning the government as they should, you know? Like
Yeah.
they won't ever know a lifetime without war or just straight complete buffoonery and lies and you know what I mean? Like so of course they should distrust and not do that. So yeah, so Leo's saying like I think people are realizing well we can't use like the electoral system. We can't you know, that's not really doing anything. And so it's more of this weird nebulous fog of like, well, what the fuck can we do? Like, it's
It has
insane
to be
that no
about
one's
right.
been prosecuted, you know, for the Steam
Mhm.
files. I'll just say, the Epstein files. I
No,
don't know why I self-censored. I don't give a shit. Not like a boogeyman
that
or something.
corruption right there alone and Pam Bondi, and I even know people's names. I never knew people's names of the DOJ and all that crap, but the way that they have behaved, and they called a lawyer that was part of some committee a bitch. Like, who does that in government? It's so like I can't even believe this is our reality, and this is part of the reason why I never paid attention to a lot of politics because it's crazy. But I was like, who are we? We are jokes in the world stage right now, and that's really sad. It's almost embarrassing to say we live here.
Well, not to get
Yeah.
too deep into the political thing, I just meant to, you know, further, expand on Leo's knowledge, like saying that, like, yeah, we don't know what to do about it. What can we do about it? It's definitely not a political action, as you were.
100%, dude. And I think, like, I'm an anarchist at heart, dude, and I'm an anarchist in my philosophy because no one has the right to rule over other people, man. Like whether we have a system and anarchy doesn't mean no rules, it means no rulers. Nobody should own you and own anything, like the
Without
point,
consent.
exactly.
We have
Well, you can't even consent to ownership. That's the problem of yourself to other people because it doesn't work
In a
that way.
daddy
But
dom sort of situation.
I guess that's your thing. But but like I want to bring it back to the astrology here because
Yes,
we're on a
please.
good. I do think what we said is important, but I would like to bring it back to the astrology section. Next month, I think, is really where things are going to start to pop off, specifically in the middle of the month. I have April 16th. I want you guys to think about April 16th and the 17th and mark those days down because seven stellar objects are going to be in Aries at that point. We're going to have Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, the Sun, the Moon, and Chiron, all in Aries.
Okay.
That's
damn.
huge. Yeah, and then there's going to be a Mercury-Neptune conjunction that day. Then there's going to be a Mars-Saturn applying conjunction that day. Applying means that they haven't fully touched yet, but Mars is moving towards Saturn, getting closer. And they're almost touching. And then on the 17th, the Aries new moon is in exact conjunction with Chiron. So almost to the exact degree. So
That's crazy.
that's huge. Major amount of things that you need to think about. Find out what house Aries is for you and start thinking about these things because it's going to be a big explosion. The other thing I would say real quick just to wrap up on April for me is the 19th and the 20th is the Mars Saturn conjunction. So Mars rules Aries. So Mars is super powerful in Aries. And then it's the lesser, malefic, and Saturn is the greater malefic. And there's going to be a conjunction where Mars is super powerful with the weakest Saturn. So what I'm seeing there is that because Saturn is in fall in Aries, it's at its weakest point it can be, which is a welcomed change for me. But I think that means that the systems and the rules that hold things in place, the boundaries, are going to get overcome by the irresistible force. And, just seeing how the world is right now, this applies in the world, but also in your own life. But I think that is going to be something we all notice specifically. And then also the Mercury-Mars Saturn conjunction on the next day. Mercury conjoins that conjunction the next day on the 20th. So from the 16th through the 20th, like it's going to be fireworks. So
Bumpy ride, man.
Okay.
But that's
Interesting.
awesome. I love that you looked ahead to give us that heads up. That's the sort of stuff we need because what I love about astrology, it's fixed. The stars are the stars, the planets are the planets. So that's what I like about it. It's like you can interpret whatever, but at the end of the day, can't change where Mercury is going to be.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, third house. I mean, Mercury is in our third house right now. So because we're Capricorn rising. So that's interesting that you pulled those two cards. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I
actually.
pulled right before we went live. I pulled from this deck and I was like, holy crap, third house communication and Mercury. So I do think the conversation was meant to be like, we're meant to put this out in the ethos, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, potentially. You ever mess with astrology dice?
I do have astrology dice. I love that you asked me. I got them and I have a little thing, but then I was like, well, how the hell do I use this? So I haven't, give me 1 second, because they're actually right next to me. I actually have tarot dice too, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Because
That's
I
cool.
am that crazy person. So these are my astrology dice. I don't know if you can see them. There's like a way. So I have 3. My set came with 3 when I got them. Because I work on, I didn't want to do that. I work on Zoom and Teams all day long. Unfortunately, I have learned trial by fire, but I now screwed up my view. All right, now I'm back. So they're iridescent, my dice. Let me just get rid of this. See if I turn this, you might be able to see them. So I have these. So these are my dice. Okay. And then I have this. And you're supposed to like roll the dice, see where they land, and like, because there's the signs, the houses, it's just kind of fixated. I think I bought this off Etsy, to be honest. I got one and I didn't like it, but the dice are cool. I have played with them a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Yeah,
you have some?
Yeah, I have a set of 3 as well that I got for cheap somewhere because I heard somebody talking about them and I thought it was an interesting way to change up your divination practice, whatever that is, I think that's pretty cool. So nice. Yeah, I didn't know they made tarot dice.
Tarot dice too. And I'm like, look at all these dices I have. Now I just need to figure them out.
Right. Yeah. Well,
and karma's been a big thing lately too. I have this karma deck that I pulled out that I'm gonna start working with again because it's all about the planets and stuff. If I get my groove back, I'll hit you up, Leo. We'll see what your karma will come through.
My karma is. Oh God. I don't want to know.
No, I think you got good karma. I feel good energy from you. Like I feel like you got a shitty deal with the stomach issues, but you got good intentions. You're a good guy.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's a nice thing to say. And likewise, it's nice to know you and Keats. And apparently he disappeared, but hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah. It was
Sure.
funny last night, like working, like helping him. Like I wanted to make sure my mic worked. He was running up and down, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's amazing with what he can do. But I think because people are there right now, I don't even see him on YouTube. It's just you and me.
Okay.
Is that red light need to be?
Keith's is back.
Maybe I'll give him permission to have his, stream back. Let's see if he. Yeah, he's still talking.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. If you can hear me.
I muted your ass. Me and Leo took it over, and I.
Oh, good. I mean, you guys are just hearing a different thing, so the stream wasn't hearing my chat or anything. But that's okay. Thank you. And yeah, sorry to wrap up so abruptly, but that was amazing. I appreciate you guys speaking through it. I've not ever had folks in the living room for a chat show, and I just realized, oh yeah, that's kind of silly if people are coming mid-stream that it's not going to be loud with the dog. So now I know. Here, I can show you guys. So Discord again is having a completely separate view.
We should really try to do something next month, like we tried to do last year. I think we should try again this year. Maybe we can make.
This is what you guys are. This is what YouTube's seeing, in my window. But we're all here, and I know Eric's in there, and I do want to get to Eric. If you two, Jilly and Leo, thank you so much, want to just hang out, we'll be back to chat with Luxa and Eric, panel-wise, back and forth, and all of that after Eric's segment. And and keep going with the HAUNTQUINOX. This is going really well so far, so thank you so much for kicking it off. And especially thanks for the folks in chat.
Cool.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll be around. I'll just be off camera.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good to see you. Good luck.
Cool. All right. So let's get back on this train. All right. So I am here with Eric Arneson and Lux Estrada, but more importantly, we're just going to let Eric Millar get his Discord connection going. I saw him in there earlier, but how are you guys? Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
How's it going? Good to be
This
here.
is nuts. I know.
Good to see you too.
Still gotta figure out this. Folks, that Eric Millar, fellow Haunt and my co-conspirator and We the Hollowed, was preparing to do something with us through the Discord, but he just let me know that his power is complete. And he was in there earlier, so this happened like just now, which is hilarious because we had just talked about the mercurial directness happening today, and it's just proof positive. Yeah, it goes direct today, but it's proof positive that there is no like definite times when things happen. It's so we're still going to be in this retrograde for however long. And Eric Millar is our sacrifice to the elder gods for that. He says, "I've got no power. You're going to have to skip me. This fucking sucks." Hey, buddy, I'm going to do my damnedest to blast you all over the internet. That's Millar. I mean, those of you that are here are halfway due to him as well. He is the kind of the visual mage for all of We the Hollowed, through all of our print design and publishing. If I'm not doing it all myself, he's the first guy I ask to help. That's it. So,
Good news is you have
I have another Eric.
You have at least one Eric. And
but while that happened, I'm going to go ahead and share some music on the stream, and so I can tidy up some things for our guests, and we can do a panel discussion with Erica and Luxa when we get back. But we're just going to take a little art break, and I'm going to play a track from my recent album I just released with some videomancy in there once I get to it. So without further ado, we're just going to take a fiver, but please pay attention. This is by no means a host reprieve, not an audience reprieve. Do not look away. Keep looking. All right, we'll be back.
like I left Discord because I couldn't, really hear, but I just been playing on my computer. Got my stuff all around me. I was playing with some cards because I got 1,001 card decks. And yeah, just
What
listening to
kind
you
of
guys
cards you
talk.
got there? You got some divination cards?
Well, how do you define divination? So put it this way. A big joke is I have over 100 Oracle and Tarot decks, and I'm not even joking. Some are collectibles though.
I mean,
can't
I
show
feel
you.
like that's very normal. Isn't that normal? I feel like
Thank
everybody
you.
has over
Thank
100.
you for telling me that's normal. And just I buy a lot of them on sale. Like if I don't, I have a whole bunch that I have to the side because they don't resonate. I give them away if I don't like them. But I have ones that I have just because they're like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Disney villains. I don't use them. I just like them.
I mean,
That sounds rad.
I would love to have a Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot deck. That
Oh,
sounds kind of
awesome.
cool.
I almost bought a
the only
Britney.
problem with those.
Britney Spears would be a good tarot deck.
The only problem with those decks are the like major arcanas are cool, but then the suits are not great, depending on what the movie or character it's based on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys caught that I pulled from my Astro Oracle card deck when I was on with Leo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I pulled 2 cards. But I got 100 card decks around me if you want me to pull something. I have
Yeah, let's pull some cards.
Yeah, Jill, you know your camera's not on?
if I put myself on camera, can you bring me up?
I think you are.
Yeah, you should be on. It looks like.
I get
Hello.
Woo!
Yeah, you're on YouTube.
So I got the Labyrinth tarot for my birthday. And it's a pretty good, isn't the Goblin
movie.
King? Yeah.
I have his
I almost wore a T-shirt with him on it today.
See, that would have been perfect.
This is the Time magazine.
I am just too
Oh,
short
wow,
for
wow,
these.
that's,
I have up on a collectible. So
10
I
years old
have
now.
the Dark Crystal.
Okay.
I have this is Buffy. I have Labyrinth. I
Oh, yeah.
also have all the Disney.
What about we the Hollowed
I love
published
Disney.
ones, Jill? Do you have any of those?
I just got Wicked for Christmas. No shame in my game. I have Alice in Wonderland. You can't really see because I'm on my laptop, so it's hard. But behind me,
I used to have the Alice in Wonderland tarot. I had the one that came out in the 80s. I had the first edition of it. It was pretty nice. It was,
like
I
these
sold
are
it on
all
YouTube
cards.
or on eBay for a lot of money.
Really? How much?
Oh,
I mean, it was probably $150
Okay.
in 2005, which would be like $500 today.
That's not how that works.
I'm pretty sure that's how inflation works.
Yeah,
I'm an 80s kid, and I got the Last Unicorn.
That's real.
I was so excited when I found this deck.
What's
at
that
10
one?
bucks. The Last Unicorn. It was a card. It was a movie back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I was alive back then.
So yeah, I found this for $10 on sale. I was so excited.
Nice.
Yeah, like I kind of joke like if you have a question, I have a modality. I have sex magic, I have regular tarot, I have trust your vibes. I got a lot.
So I guess we need to come up with a question then if we're gonna have some cards.
Oh,
pulled.
here I have a question.
Sure.
So I'm going to be hosting an event tomorrow, and I would love to know what would be something good to keep in mind.
All right. So just because I do say this to everyone, this is how I do my readings. Just so you guys know my boundaries, I guess. I don't answer yes, no questions because we have free will. I also don't do predictions because we have free will, and I don't give away medical advice. There's my disclaimer.
Okay.
I feel that's very reasonable. I do that too. Oh,
Yeah, because people are crazy, and if they think I'm telling them the truth and it doesn't happen, I don't want to have that on my back.
That seems wise for sure. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just looking for some just general, pointers from whatever powers might be about, things that would be good to prepare for. Yeah.
Let me just take a look and see what I'm drawn to for you.
Okay.
I have a great one for Keats that he'll hate. It's called Heal Your Inner Child.
Ooh. Keats, how's your inner child these days?
Alive and healthy. Thank you for asking.
You haven't brought it to heal yet?
It's literally wearing this meat suit right now. It's gotten away with playing adult for the last 20.
So your inner child and outer child are almost unified.
No difference.
I'm just a grumpier.
What do you?
13
It tells you what you need to heal to move forward, and nobody wants to heal, right? So I'm
Which one?
gonna pull for you from my
that's
Magical
interesting.
Timed Empowerment deck. How does that sound?
That sounds cool. Hell yeah. Thank you.
No problem. I like it because it has like unicorns and all kinds of cool stuff, but it's all about empowerment. So what do you need to know to be empowered? Tomorrow is how I'm going to phrase the question. So the way I do it, just so you know, I blow my cards to blow away the energy. I'm also putting my intent, and then I like kind of hold that for a second, then shuffle. So people, we used to joke I had like my shuffle face, kind of like people have their orgasm face. So it's very awkward watching myself.
Well, we won't look.
No, it's okay. Look away, you know. I'm on YouTube doing it. And I always ask for permission. Like, I won't read for someone if I don't have their permission, because I don't want people tapping into me. That's kind of like invading my privacy. So what does Luxa need to know for tomorrow? Oh, my head's tingling. That's a good sign. And I haven't been really doing a lot of cards so lately because I've been a slacker. Thanks. But Keats is bringing me back. I got two cards for you. The first one is manifestation. Ooh, I love this. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief in your powers. Can you see the card? I don't know if you can.
Kinda, yeah.
Second one is union. You have seen and unseen allies. So I feel like this is telling me like your spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in, they're going to be there tomorrow, guiding you to help you give the messages in. So what is the event tomorrow?
The event tomorrow is going to be a ceremony for creating community protection salt.
Well, this is union, and it's, you know, you have seen and unseen allies, so I feel like the spirit world will be there with you, guiding you through it. Draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. So I think, what do you need to know tomorrow? Just be open and embrace and have that intent of unity for your ritual tomorrow. And it's going to be, I get the feeling it's going to be so successful, even if it's just one person that walks away changed. You should know that's a win, because if you can change one person, you're doing what you're supposed to do. And I see purple for healing, and yellow, I believe, is like your solar plexus, so that's your creativity. This is what you're meant to do. How does that sound? Does that
I love
resonate?
it. That's very powerful and very encouraging. Thank you so much.
Good. See, this is why I love when Keats makes me do stuff, because this is what I enjoy to do, not my 9-to-5 job that pays my bills.
I want you. I've always wanted you, Jill, to next that side of you. Very like potent with it. You're the one that turned me on to focusing on Chiron. I'll never forget that, because I was turning point.
That's how Keats and I kind of really connected. I just finished my astrology classes, and Keats kind of challenged me because we had gone back and forth about coyotes one day. And charts are hard. They're very overwhelming. And I just used my intuition. I was like, he needs to know about Chiron, your wound. And it so resonated. And since then, we've been like, you know, hanging out. We've been doing, that started all this for us.
Love it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as the inner child is concerned,
I was just teasing.
Yeah.
Petulant.
I can be.
It's a good deck if you're trying to work through stuff, because it will kind of help you, guide you where you need to go. That's why I joke it's like a deck that sucks, but it is actually really good.
Yeah. What about We the Hallowed published oracle decks from Eric Millar? Have any of those?
I have one of his, I think.
Yeah.
I have the game he created, but I haven't looked. If he has one that's out, I'll make sure I order it.
Actually, I was just looking at this the other day. I have. Oh, it's right here. Damn, there's the pocket disruption generator.
Disruption generator.
But even better,
I have to.
I
look at
wish
it.
he was here
Yeah.
because
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
even better,
The big one.
Ooh.
the rare, like 50 printed, I think.
Very
see
cool.
one of these,
Yeah,
right?
very big one.
Nice.
But yes, everyone, disruption generator by
Let's say-
We the Hollowed Eric Millar. Yeah, I would
Okay.
use the pocket
I-
one.
I
I also,
bought
I have the
bag
cards
and
too. I have one of
I
3
have
decks.
these
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
There you go, Jill. Yeah, you have the bottomless bag and
Nice.
Impossible
nice.
game. Hell
And
yeah.
Impossible
Both
Game.
We the Hollowed
Beautiful.
printed works and more to come. Not to, that was a shameless plug, Avenue. How was that as far as like my 60s talk
I
show?
just-
Paid
Absolutely.
And its components.
paid advertiser
Nice.
pivot. But no, I bring those up too is because coming out this year in the next few months, I'll have my HAUNTOMANCY book, the SPEKTRES, which is a illustrated graphic primer, which I'm really excited about. I hand illustrated everything, even the fonts, and it's awesome. It's
I have
And
my
then-
grimoire next
oh
to
yeah.
me.
That will have the updated Divergent Magic Grimoire. Leo is helping me incorporate some astrological aspects to it, to ordaining practices. Days is like a little bit of a building block for a
Mhm.
ritual.
That's
That's really cool.
awesome.
And then we have the We the Hallowed scripture, the actual printed scripture for
We have
our.
a printed-
Yeah, it's crazy. We've been working on it in the back end, and it like weaves in some of the cosmology of Hauntomancy, and so they both kind of interplay and relate to each other. If like Hauntomancy was like a spectral endowment of the self, like We the Hollowed is that like the other, so it's like of the Nosotros form in a way. And it's like there's charts, there's like it's great, it's amazing. So the We the Hollowed reveal,
I
there's
have not.
there's a famous photo out there of it. Was me masked in that Revelator mask, and I came out on with an apple like a little platform in the middle of an art gallery, and then I read from a taped together scroll 20 feet long.
Not seen.
And introduced We the Hollowed to the world here in Portland at the Lightbox Culture House.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that's how We the Hollowed was birthed. There's photos
Wait,
online.
how long? This?
Oh, this was in 2014.
Yeah, I definitely never.
Yeah.
I've been thinking back.
Do a round of disruption.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so
the big other ones in the pocket side.
I can't
so
make
there's
it.
definitely a method to this. Here, let's.
Is there?
I don't know. I feel like choose. Here, let's see. Disruption generator. Okay. So for those of you who have never encountered the disruption generator before, the most basic way to use it is you ask a question and then you flip through the book randomly. I'm actually not reading out of the book. I'm looking like I'm reading out of the book. I'm just saying this out loud. So, like Luxa, for instance, you ask a question, maybe related to salt. I don't know. It seems to
Okay.
be on your mind.
Sure.
and then I'll start flipping through the book.
That-
I guess Lux was just really.
I love
Lux
salt.
is really into salt, but not table salt. It has to be magnesium-based salt.
yeah.
Maybe other metals. How do you feel about Okay, so let me ask.
Well, you can make a salt out of a variety of different.
So recently,
Is like ocean salt better than Epsom salt? Because I live by the ocean. Would
ocean
you
salt.
suggest Epsom or ocean salt for your cleanse?
It depends on what you're going to be using it for, but if it's anywhere that it might end up like on the ground, you're always going to want to use Epsom salt because table salt or salt from the ocean can kill plants.
Saline salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recently
Okay, well-
watched.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
You remember the Mummy?
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
Everybody's
Yeah.
Bioawakening.
It's been a long
movie?
time. Yeah.
So
I
in the
remember
Mummy, yeah. In the Mummy, there's a booby trap that kills a bunch of people using salt acid, which I always thought was really hilarious. But it turns out that there are a lot of salts that
Yeah,
maybe they aren't going to kill.
From the like standpoint of chemistry, a salt, I forget what the actual definition, but I think it's like when two compounds come together and form a solid of some type.
Yeah, salt is like really
It's been a while since I've been in chemistry class, so apologies for the chemists out there cringing at that. But
well, would you like to ask a question of the description generator?
What is a salt?
What is a salt? All right, let's try it out. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn the book upside down so I can't. Oh, interesting. I ended up on component 38. Whisper.
Whisper. Okay.
Salt is a whisper. To speak quietly, an unassuming presence. Voices barely heard. Yeah, maybe the description generator isn't best for science questions.
I think that like because we know that a salt is made of two things, maybe we need two answers.
Oh.
So we know whisper is a part of it.
Okay.
And whisper, I can kind of this like something that works with in an unassuming way, like the way that salt.
Component 79, plasma. The fourth state of matter, the stuff of stars and fusion, a medium of suspension and flow. That sounds salty.
Yeah. And to create the salt, maybe there is a plasma at one point, like in micro time or something like that. I'm not sure.
But just the description of it, like the stuff of stars and fusion, or the medium of suspension and flow. That sounds.
It does sound about right.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, the disruption generator has done an admirable job at answering this scientific question.
Would you like to try using it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. What makes Sorrow the dog so affectionate towards humans?
Trauma as a dog in Portland.
Component 78, charm.
Oh.
An object of luck or influence, attraction.
Oh. All right.
Also,
Sorrow's just got a thing.
Charm. I liked what you were saying earlier about getting away from the prescriptive way of thinking about meditation. I think a lot of people have. A lot of people in my circles and stuff have read some maybe chaos magic old textbooks and stuff like that, and have gotten some like really prescribed ideas about meditation that work great for some people, but they don't work great for everybody. And so I've definitely spent a lot of time on my podcast, like encouraging people to like find the style of meditation that actually clicks for them, actually work, rather than trying to like ham fist yourself into like something that's not working because you think it's the only way to do it.
Yeah. I think that's incredible advice. I remember once, many years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine who studied meditation. I think in a very specific way, he's like, oh yes, there are 56 different styles of meditation. And I was like, really? Dang. Okay. I mean, I don't know if there are actually 50 styles, but
I could see like thousands,
Yeah. I feel like when you live here for long enough, one of the things you come across is people who have lived here even longer than you complaining that Portland isn't the same. Like that seems to be the common refrain constantly, is people who my theory is at some point in their lives they had some sort of lifestyle that brought them to Portland. Maybe they were an artist, they were a musician, they were part of some particular aesthetic movement. They came to Portland and they got involved in some kind of punk underground scene. But of course, people settle and they become different. But not everybody. Some people get into some part of their life and they just sort of stick there. And then when things change around them, they're like, things aren't the same way they used to be. Yeah. That should always be the case. None of us. We don't live in a static world.
I'm counting on.
Yeah. Same here. I need everything to change because nothing's ever comfortable.
Yeah. Love this though. This is or just like this space and see it through the eyes of lenses too, like as so foundational for me, and setting that tone of like not treating Portland like another stop on the way to something. I think the last 2 times I lived here, you know, I had every intention of staying in Portland. Like it wasn't like always to, oh, you know, this is until I find the better place or something. So it's no wonder why I've moved back 3rd time for another go at maybe hanging out here for longer than I mean to or not. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, and then like using, like capturing even like audio, cassette audio tape, desk tape, silence of night in an old house, and like, I don't know. I feel more entwined with structure. But it's also because I'm in and it's bigger than last place. Lower level Seattle thing. Squeezed every like magic out of every corner of that place. And here it's like we get to rest on, even though I have every like inclination to make it useful with something. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful space. Like I love all these windows. It's
Thank you.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
What,
I'm with you. It's I love it. I actually have one of those.
Pikachu poster.
It's like I don't have a Pikachu poster.
Pikachu poster.
I have a the Bugs Bunny lady poster.
Okay.
Oh.
Lola Bunny, yeah. I have her autographed poster.
Wow.
Autographed by the real Lola Bunny?
Yeah, from Sports Illustrated edition.
Is this like a furry thing?
It's the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, Lola Bunny from Looney Tunes.
Everything
Autographed.
That definitely sounds like a furry thing.
What's a furry? What are you talking about?
Sorry.
But yeah, like I think I see that too. I've always been punching against the, and I think it burned out the whole like minimalism chic, you know, and that like, it's not even brutalist, because brutalist has some like imperative behind it. So does minimalism, you know, in some regards. But the way that like it was co-opted by conglomerates, and structures, and cities, and everything being of that design is punching against that. So I have every need to like higher the saturation on everything and like color clash, you know. But you've been at the same spot here for just as long too, right?
Yeah. I that was never my intent, but yeah, I ended up been in the same spot for well over a decade. That's weird. Feels weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that about a place. The last time there was some place where I hit it was like 5 years. Whoa! Like my entire life, I never.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I certainly, you know, like I think my family lived in like 2 different houses when I was a kid. So yeah, this is non-kid.
Yeah.
Buddies is watching. They're not on. Just some feedback about the audio. Helpful.
Are there any more? Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to add about the meditation. So, person who mentioned it on YouTube was talking about how meditation helped them, like a BPD diagnosis. And one of the things I think about a lot with meditation and how it's such a skill is that I think it helps us learn how our own thoughts work, right? So like we learn how to like observe our own mind, our own method of thinking. And in certain types of magical practice or occult practice, having that kind of awareness or familiarity, inner workings of is like paramount.
Mhm.
Is that the right way to use
Yeah,
that word?
absolutely.
It's like,
Imperative.
what's
Yeah,
a
totally.
good, giant media company that would work well here?
The one
It's
that's-
very Disney.
The one that is kind of that is like the sorry
Yeah,
it is that whole like business maneuver so like Greek tragedy, like weird myth of the conglomero with the like devil speak in their ear, you know, is taking over the one of the last vestiges of. Well, it's just very weird to like watch the psychodrama of corporate America, you know, and we're all just
Dude,
like.
And the fucking political sphere.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
these
mean.
Clowns.
It's the
these
same-
fucking clowns.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking-
it's insane. Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah.
It literally is. Like now it's definitely, especially with the whole because Paramount, you know. But like that's what I'm saying. That's what we were saying in the beginning. I don't think you guys were here for that, but we were talking about the astrological kind of aspects while all of this like total civil unrest, like the most unimaginable fucking revelations happening about the people that are in power. The most like tragic, dark, dour, craziest fucking shit you've ever heard. It would drive anyone like into a warmongering person, or you know what I mean, to fight against, or it would make any sane person a revolutionary. But here in America, like it's just compounded to like the extreme so much and at such an intrinsic level. It's like what Mark Fisher was saying about hauntology, and like the idea of like, you know, capitalism. We can't fathom a future without capitalism. That's how like intrinsically tied and like, you know, in that way. And there's like
Well, and how much of this is like some type of form of like glamour magic being
Yeah,
cast
yeah,
on
yeah,
us,
yeah.
right? And like, yeah, this is something that we've been talking a lot about in my community as well. Like, we've even done some like pop culture magic surrounding the John Carpenter film They Live,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, with the glasses and stuff like that. And yeah, really kind of trying to take a look at that in a new way. Because you're right, like if we have to be able to imagine something before we can create it. I mean, that even shows up in like the Q Kabbalah stuff, which is kind of like Neoplatonism, right? Like you have to imagine the thing in one realm before it can come down to Earth. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
totally.
That's definitely not just the Q Kabbalah.
That's all of them. And that definitely comes from Neoplatonism.
yeah,
for sure.
I wasn't sure how much
English
the K
Yeah.
Kabbalah had to do with Neoplatonism, though. So
Oh yeah, the K Kabbalah is.
I feel like it's its own thing. So
It is, but it is entirely its own thing because of Neoplatonism.
Okay,
You know?
cool.
Yeah, Neoplatonism came before it.
okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you said that.
I'm not that educated on this little corner of things. So yeah.
But yeah, I just checked the stream. Those mics are working perfectly. I'll have to reboot this so that my new additions and channels and stuff would take. That's just how OBS operates.
What happens if you reboot your computer in the middle of
During
the stream?
Well, technically, I have both right now.
Oh, so the other computer might take over.
Yeah, and that's a that's a bargain that I'm not entirely willing to take. Like,
You don't think that's a safe
it's
option?
fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see what happens.
I want to
because
see what happens
It
too.
seems like both are fighting for stream supremacy.
So if there comes a time when we do decide to go downstairs and screw around
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the stuff down there, then that would be a time.
Exactly.
So I do have a live stream story to tell you. Recently, so on God, I don't remember when it was. It was sometime in December. I did a live stream for our annual the Arnimancy annual forecast where I have on Susie Chang and Andrew Watt, and we do tarot and astrology for the new year. And a buddy of mine, Jake, Dream Jeep Jake. you know?
Oh, Dream Jake.
Yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you met him too. You met Jake. You met Jake and Trey.
And they've got the
Cosmic plumbing.
yeah, the
Cosmic Plumbing.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jake of Cosmic Plumbing, he saw I was doing this, and he's like, "Hey, could I produce for you?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I was using Riverside, which is kind of like StreamYard or has
Okay.
similar features. And I added him as a producer, and he got on there and he managed audio levels and camera stuff, and he like watched everything and made sure everything was working. He managed all of the audience and like took audience questions and stuff. It was incredible.
That sounds
how
so nice. Yeah.
nice it was. It was
Having a
just
producer,
like,
yeah.
oh, I loved it. It made everything so easy. Because one of the things that I've noticed when I'm doing those sorts of things is I get so distracted by all the tech stuff that I just do the most terrible job in the world asking questions. So that was really amazing. And then another one more thing that I have done. So like when Alex and I do our Halloween live streams, we do one mic only.
Smart.
So I use a single shotgun mic, and I just aim it straight at us, and we're both just sitting there.
Oh, that yeah.
And
okay.
that worked really well,
Okay.
But Alex and I can, I mean, because we're about the same. I'm way louder than Alex, but I think it works pretty well.
You can get away with so little.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. It's like I never want like the technology to look like, hey, look what I got, kind of a situation. Like that was a long hard road. Was like finding the pragmatic things. Like I don't need to keep adding channels I don't need. Like downstairs, getting the HDMI splitter. Yeah. Well, and you'll see downstairs, I need everything that I'm working with.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my stuff too.
No, I mean like literally when we're
I'm
like
just giving you a hard
live
time.
manipulation. Yeah. But that's just how it goes. And like to be from the ramshackle degree that I am, like I was just squeezing so much out of dead tech, and it was just expounding my multiplying the hours needed for post production to clean things, to fix things, or to, you also couldn't. It was like a Daredevil, like, or stuntman kind of. You couldn't put a safe bet on like these combustible things like live streams, like being fluid, right? It was like, I don't know how this computer is going to handle this, or I don't know, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
So like, I don't know, I see all of this parallel with me and this larger working about, vocational kind of experience. And, like not only like, what are you good at? It's like the ikigai. Have you ever heard that? Japanese term?
Yeah. What are you good at? Like, what can you make money from? And then, like, there's another thing that's like, what does it like bring you joy or something like that?
It's like there's four. It's like 4 quadrants, and you use it to kind of whittle and like delineate a focus. And the history with me in this, and it goes back. Zara, what are you doing back there, buddy? Crazy dog, digging in cassettes. Is that I was never able to choose one. And like it became a sort of thing in my life, like that I was going to prove to authority figures that I didn't need one focus. Just give me extra time and I could do them both, kind of a thing. And like parallel or like concurrent to this, I'm seeing like all of those projects that focus, putting out music for 20 years now. Like that's insane.
That is crazy.
Next in September it'll be 20 years since the first proper Dakota Slim album. And not the ones I released and made in, high school and stuff. I'm talking like the actual like proper.
Which one was that? What was that?
The Hymns of Dakota Slim.
Oh, I don't think I ever listened to that one. I think the first one I had was the Cactus.
Oh, Cactus Crown. Yeah. That was the rebirth.
I
Basically.
love that album.
Yeah, thank you. That's like we got more of that stuff coming. But anyways, just that knowledge of like, if it sounded like it.
Yeah.
I hope so. I haven't had a good thunderstorm since I moved here.
They don't
They don't come. Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah,
I'm from the desert, so I too.
Yeah,
I
used to work a lot with the thunder, like the storm energy and stuff, and I've really had to recalibrate to work with the currents that are here, and it's been a little bit of a road to walk. So yeah.
Yeah, some weather
wet.
magic.
Yeah, and cold too. Like it's colder
Although
here.
not that cold.
Yeah, it's true. It was a mild winter.
But yeah, what I was saying earlier about like all of this, like whittling down this, like, telling folks that, if I just survive, all of these different things are going to finally find their nexus point,
Mm.
and I'll be like good enough to be as communicative as I need to be through all of these mediums. Like, and they'll all happen at the same time, and it is feeling like those things are starting to be parallel. Like, I think I got a show, performing a show with some bands at the end of May, and like that, just that other aspect was like, oh yeah, there's a whole performance, like vocational attitude I have with, you know what I mean? There's just like all of these awesome avenues that, creative avenues that take a person an entire life to like master, but takes just enough, but as long to like get good enough for you, and like to do all of them. So I've recently, I just treated like the live streaming aspect, as like just another arm of the broadcast, just another way to art barf, into the stratosphere. But to do it in such a way that like I'll be handy capable as well of handling like in-depth good interviews and like that journalistic side that I've been longing to wet again since my article writing days, or even since early PRAGMAGICK. But anyways, all of these aspects seem to be kind of coalescing now.
I just had an image of you with one of those press.
The
tips
press,
stuck in your
yeah.
hat.
Yeah, I still try to use that
Yeah.
to get into no. Damn, I'm glad my self-editing is good right now. That was that's the other thing they don't tell you, folks, is that you are accountable for everything that comes out of your mouth on the internet. And don't look me up. No.
Don't at me.
No, I can actually safely say, dude, like, it's weird that. Oh shit! I think I muted.
Did you mute yourself?
There's a little mute button at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But I think to still be performing the music, to have that cachet, still kind of setting and going back too easily, like that's a testament to something. Like I think a lot of my friends in that are either family men with corporate jobs now, or in some wildly different aesthetic 20-year.
You should have told me about the button. I had to press it. I'm back now.
Oh, were you muted?
I was for a second.
And was that what your friend was saying?
No. You mentioned the mute button, and because you had mentioned a button, I automatically had to press it right away. So.
Well, as we found out from the CW,
never tell Lexi about the button that she shouldn't press.
Yeah.
So she is muted now.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, that was me.
Maybe I should hold
professional podcasting here.
So I mean, that just goes to show it's like, but that kind of experiential knowledge, like how do you fucking teach somebody? Like I work in live event technology and all of that, so I know this. I know all of this from a very professional, like standard quality. You know what I mean? Like grade or whatever. And it's like no one in that industry is that's good at it is young. Like no one in that industry is like has a clean record or like is like these things. You have to be such a like a mistake smith. Or like you
never really learn all the stuff that works until you learn how it breaks.
Yes. Yeah.
Or just like the old cliche, like you don't know how to ride a horse until you've fallen off 11 times or whatever, right? Like.
So now, how do we translate that to the know the rules and then break them?
Oh, I have a way.
Yeah.
Well, I think that first of all, you
doing
need
it.
to understand how the technology works before you can understand how to get creative with it. Otherwise, you're just
Yes.
going to break your technology.
Well, I see what you mean.
Right?
Or like, understand how the technology.
You're going to put phantom voltage through all these mics that don't need it. And you're just going to
Signal
fuzz them out.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow out your speakers, and you're gonna drop your electric guitar in a bath,
I mean,
or
sure,
you're gonna do
you
something
could.
stupid.
Well, honestly, maybe it would be smart to like define our terms here, right? Because like, what do
Mhm.
we actually mean by like rules? Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of different like when it comes to magic, perhaps, right? Like, there's all kinds of different systems or paradigms, and within those containers, there are right and wrong ways based on
Yeah.
the rules of that thing.
I
But
think
that's not
more so-
necessarily like right in general, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess I was going to say more in the art sense, but that's like analogous for sure. Like it's a 1-1 thing. Because who was it? Was it at my birthday? We were talking with Greg, my friend Rune. Feather and a half. Yeah.
shout out to Rune.
I think we were on the not opposing sides, but I think he thought I was extremely like against traditional musical lessons.
Yeah,
or
I had
whatever.
asked like, hey, I want to learn, just some basics of guitar soon, and like, picking people's brains for like, well, where would you start? And Keats and Rune had very different ideas, and that was actually really helpful for me.
Yeah,
So
and
where-
but at the end of the day, my idea, like I don't have the idea until I do it. Like all of this pontificating and philosophizing and preaching and proselytizing. But I think that's the back end. It's like people in this sort of industry, people that's analogous in the sense of like, kind of dangerous. What do you call it? Level testers, or you know what I'm talking about, like pushing boundary testers.
pushers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
The people who generate disruptions.
like true, disruption generators. But I think truly just coming at it that in that sense is just like really fulfilling to me. It's very analogous to like art and everything, especially in AV live streaming. It's like all of this shit is like real cute and fun to talk about, but only if you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and by doing it, I mean not like, crafting in your notebook. Oh God, I keep hitting the mute button accident. You keep crafting. I just did it quickly. It was fine.
You were doing much better with the human mic stand.
I know, but if you like craft it in your notebook and are obsessing over starting it, right?
Right.
Like this is like, I mean, the pretty much the history of everything that is me has just been me going, fuck it, let's do it. Like everything. If I think about it, yeah.
Same here. I think, I mean, I could talk about the music thing again,
Yeah.
because when it comes to like recording and producing any sort of music, I'm very new at it. And I really had to get to a point where I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to record some stuff.
Yeah.
Because
exactly,
I
yeah.
love learning the rules of music theory.
Yeah.
But the more you get into it, the more difficult it is to actually put any of it into practice. And the more it just turns into this like rules paralysis. Where I'll be like, oh man, I really want to learn how to play this like weird ass chord and actually use it in something. But you know what? If I spend 10 years learning how to do that, I'm never going to make the song that's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but I mean, Magic's the same way. There's way too much stuff for any one person to ever read before they get started. You have to just like get in there, and you have to screw things up.
Yeah.
Like think of every old magician you've met. Half of them are friggin' insane.
Yes.
But the other half are also insane.
There are. Hey, this is a good thing to talk. We should put a pin in this to talk about it more whenever new topic arises. But like those kind of archetypes of like, what is successful magic? Who is a successful educator within the magical realm? Like, do you relate their personal life and the goings on with them as a as any sort of like correlation to their teaching or their practicing?
Yeah, do
or
we
their-
separate the art and
their-
the artist or whatever? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
spoiler alert, I don't, and I think it's impossible.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. But you know, that said, it's like really hard. It's really funny to when people, you know, ask me like, "Oh, are there like people that got you into like, are there? You have any magical like heroes?" And I'm just like, I mean, I don't have heroes really of anyone. I have people that I
Yeah.
respect, you know, or admire, and I enjoy most of their work. But as far as magic people living right now, probably way no. No, just kidding.
Fuck everyone.
I'm just kidding. You know, but it's like it's very few, and together those people that I would hold in that esteem, you know, do share commonalities with things. And I was wondering, like, yeah, if you guys have, what has been your, especially as podcasters now, and like having that medium to chat and introduce yourself to people, and you know.
When it comes to podcasting, actually, I think both of you have been inspirations for me.
Oh.
So like it's kind of cool to be sitting here with the two of you now, just sort of looking back and sort of reflecting on, because after you asked that question, I was thinking back about my aspirations. I wanted to make an occult podcast for a long time, and I never like thought that would ever happen. And then when the pandemic arrived and situations changed, it seemed like the most logical. No, it seemed like
do that.
it seemed like the most logical thing to do.
He keeps hitting the mute on his microphone.
But yeah, there's been a lot of. I mean, I've always been a fan of like audio storytelling and stuff like that, and so podcasting has always been something that, while it's still new, it's always been something that like I appreciated as a sort of like continuation of that like sort of talk radio space, and a much more like democratized version of it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like art and magic and stuff, like there's a lot of people who I know who I like learned from every day. Like I feel like every time I like talk with people about magic, I learn something from that experience, like, you know, as peers and stuff. But like I guess when I think about like my big magical like teachers and stuff, a lot of them are sort of past. Like, you know, I think Spare is big for both of us, and obviously a very popular artist and magician for so many people. Yeah.
But like, have you noticed any of the ones that may be living now? Have you noticed any kind of tethers, you know, between them? Like, is there material success in there? Is there like, have you noticed things like that with? And I guess I would probably address it too. This is kind of a long-winded question that we all already know the answer to. I'm just thinking more of like elemental stuff, but like the really profound magicer, you know, probably isn't professing as such, and of course wouldn't probably come across as someone successful in business or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think people that like need to like put on a big show about it, I wouldn't necessarily like be as inclined to be like, well, I mean, it really depends on like what paradigm you're working in and stuff too. But I think like for me, when I look at, you know, magicians who have done a lot and have been successful in their lives, a big component of that for me is how well, you've touched on this a little bit already, Keats, but like how well they've been able to like stay grounded and not get like lost in the sauce, or like get a huge ego and get lost up their own asshole, or like, you know, things like that. And so I think that is because all of those things are pitfalls that, you know, one has to kind of look out for and avoid on the magical path.
And I was going to say, and those pitfalls to me are so glaringly obvious of someone like having adverse effects of their practice. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, you can almost like smell the vibes. Sometimes it's like, if that makes sense. Like a lot of my stuff is like energy vibes and stuff. So like you can almost smell it coming off of them.
For sure. And I think that's what it is. It's like these people that profess, they've studied for, so they've, you know, done all these things, they've taught in all these things, they've been a part of all these communities, and they've built their own, and come to them, they're the only source that really knows what's going on because they've got the understanding, and you know, they've been there, and it should have been me. I need to have more respect because I'm, you know what I mean, those types, like the really ego inflated, you know, barkers. Like, to me, that would be so, for someone to have said they have read and imbibed and even, you know, discuss and, you know, truly like work in Congress with a lot of the things they're talking about. that they wouldn't have the self-actualization enough to realize like how negative, like, or like it doesn't look like you're not attributing, not that I have like the attributes on a list, but it's revealing a sort as like the there's negativity more than there's positivity coming from your stasis and what you're doing, and this like huge, you know, successful, brilliant, blah blah blah, I'm the best kind of energy would be the markings of like the last person you'd want to take magical classes from.
Yeah. I mean, some people are looking to sort of have that social this is something I've come to learn through doing the work that I do, but some people are looking to have that type of social experience where they want some big authority figure to like tell them what to do, and that's part of like what they're looking for. And like I would always like advocate that people, like, if that's what's happening, like be able to recognize that and find like a safe and consensual outlet for that for yourself, rather than having it out there and floating around and stuff. And like, yeah.
But have you got, I'm sure, obviously, I mean, it's not like it's a huge fucking environment, you know, the occultnic world or whatever, but
I think we see
it's pretty big. It's way bigger than we think it is.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just mean like we're probably familiar with this.
Yeah.
And I think that we could extrapolate this into other topics, not just occultism. Like, you know, any expertise, I think there, you know, depending on the field, obviously, but I think this is obviously.
I would be the first in line to someone that says, you know, I build the best 1997 Jeep Cherokees or something, right?
Well, yeah.
And
That's really
and they're the
specific.
biggest asshole, or they're the best mechanic, right? Or the best whatever. It's like
Like, the best Chevy
there's
mechanic
a
or whatever.
tradesman,
Yeah.
a tradesman having the air about them that they'll kick your ass if you think anything negative about them, and their ego so through the roof or whatever. Like, I'll still pay for their services. Like, their ego doesn't mean anything in this regard. But to take classes that, you know, are supposed to enliven and enrich, you know, the individuation process, and, you know.
Well, if the service necessitates you spending time with them as a person, then that's a different story, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good point, because, you know, like if you hire the best concrete pourer in the state to, you know, redo your driveway or something, he or she might be like also the largest asshole in the state, but you're not going to be out there pouring concrete with them, so it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but if you're, you know, learning some interpersonal skill,
or even baking bread or something.
If you're learning how to bake bread, you don't want your teacher to be an asshole.
But also,
or a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, but also them, like the concrete person or whatever, them being an asshole wouldn't ever interfere with their like success in their job.
I don't know.
You know? I mean, maybe, I guess you could argue you talk to people all day.
Yeah,
right?
they might have they might have difficulty getting help.
But what I'm trying to say is, like,
Subcontractors.
there is, I believe, I don't know, this is something I haven't written down. There's not like a formulation. I don't have like a credo or something. But I would infer that for me, a spiritual educator would not have those traits that I would go to.
Well, I would hope
so.
Would hope that part of the spiritual practice is like getting rid of those kind of things that we maybe don't desire
those
that
are
much.
very
you know,
obvious
like,
things that we're trying to get rid of. So it's just, that's what I mean. I guess to circle back to like what we're talking about is like the them exhibiting the very glaringly obvious things that you would hope that you're entering these currents and stuff to get rid of, or to like go past, or to work through, you know.
I think we're touching on something that I would add as another critical component for new magical users. And this is kind of a little bit counterintuitive, but I would say critical thinking skills are so helpful for the new magical practitioner, or the old one, or any of us in general. But being able to like recognize those types of traits in a person or in a teacher, being able to tell what a reputable source versus like maybe something that was like created on ChatGPT or something would be, you know, like those types of skills, I think, especially in the trickster age of Mercury, are going to be so important.
Have to
you know,
train a vocation probably of AI identifiers.
probably, yeah, that's
probably going to be a real.
We live in the bad future.
Yeah, I would love that job. Just walk clanker. You know.
It's getting tougher and tougher. But you know,
in
yeah,
the clanker world,
it is.
I feel
It's so
weird
tough for a
thinking
clanker to get by these days.
I know that supposedly the joke is that word is synonymous with, you know, any other racial epithet or something with AI, and just knowing that's the joke, like I still can't. It's still hard to say that word.
I mean, it comes from Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always just think of the clones saying it in their weird
Nerf
New
herder,
Zealand accent.
clanker.
They're
Yeah.
clankers.
Yeah, I thought it was like a slur for robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, and like that's what I mean because it's a joke. It's gonna slur for robots. It's not really. I don't think any. It's never been used legitimately. I think legitimate.
It's never been like used to like
in a hate crime.
Yeah, and okay.
I mean, how would it? Yeah. That's
Hate crimes of the future.
Yeah.
hate crimes of the future.
And I just want to, even though it hasn't been used in a hate crime yet, I still feel bad using it and saying it. So I would never use it in a hate crime. That's all.
I honestly think this might be the first time I've said it out loud, referring to AI stuff. But I've definitely quoted Star Wars before and said things about clankers.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in nigh on 20 years.
So you haven't been keeping up with the Star Wars cartoons? There
I
are so
have
many of them. They're
not,
really
no.
good.
It's just that the extended universe is too much for me.
I mean, we've already got one
Avalanche
extended
of-
universe. Oh, do we have more questions from the
I
audience?
actually have some more comments. So I'm not going to hit the.
Oh, you know
thank
what?
you.
I'll give you this one because I need to take a little
Oh, yeah.
step over there.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to add.
Who has a question for me?
Oh, yeah.
Eric. Eric is good at answering questions. I can do math questions, history questions.
So I was just going to read some from Jilly. She was
Okay.
just chatting in there. And Jilly says, I feel like you have to have integrity and there's just some basic principles I feel like people should follow. And then after that, whatever works for that person is the way they should go. For sure.
Mhm.
I mean, it's unfortunate that the true answer to most things is extremely nuanced. And the things that sell and make money move in this world are absolutes.
You know, well,
Or promises
that
of
question
absolutes.
that question of integrity, I think, is really important. One of the things that, or actually, you know, a lot of the traditions that I focus on when I'm sort of like learning and teaching things have sort of like the practice of like virtue or ethics kind of at their core.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that I've like really latched onto for the last couple of decades as like an essential part of magical practice. I would put it up there, like maybe right around meditation. you
Yeah.
know, is learning.
Decorum. Or like,
No, I would say
oh,
it's
wait,
more than
I know
that.
you're talking deeper ethics.
I would
yeah.
say it's virtue.
virtue.
Or like
yeah.
it's the ability to recognize what you believe is good and right action and trying to do good and right action.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think that I myself am not necessarily always really good at, but I try to be.
I think that's
I
the
strive
human.
for it.
Yeah, the human purpose in
Yeah.
a way. Yeah.
And we see that emphasized in a lot of older texts, especially that talk about like you can't do this stuff unless you try to be good.
yeah.
But there
You
are just as
shouldn't,
many
yeah.
older texts that say just the opposite. So you know, but for me, I think it's really important. You know, I mean, the question of like teacher, like I have had a fairly prominent teacher in the past who is a pretty big name in the occult community who ended up having a lot of really questionable political views that I absolutely do not endorse or agree with.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say their name.
No, of course not.
Um,
yeah. This isn't. Yeah, this wasn't
yeah.
a means to mark anyone. But
But yeah, I mean, I worry about that too. That's actually something that I stress out about a lot with the podcast because I'm always just so worried that I'm going to accidentally have somebody on who ends up being, a bad person.
But here's the other thing, though, too, and this thing I'm always annoyed about. Like, I think in the long history of documented and then published shit on the internet, like you could find something that's questionable about everyone, and then you have like people with, legitimate things to answer for, right? And I do feel like there's variables, or maybe there's like a rubric, but those people should be more than allowed to like come back or be on a platform without the host, having to undertake or take on their,
Yeah. I wish there was more of a path of redemption for people who ended up with bad missteps too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be nice to see, but I don't know how we do that.
Well, I mean, part of it is allowing those people to maybe a platform to state their case and, go from there or
You mean
something.
like,
If this
a
is
court?
all. No, court, yeah, no.
I mean,
No, I'm saying like
funny 'cause we call
not
it the
allowing
court of
them
public
on
opinion.
not allowing them on podcasts because it might get a little dicey dramatically. I see that all the time in the occult.
It's a sticky situation, right? Because like on one hand you don't you want to, so take Joe Rogan for instance, right? Like I know
Who?
it's a collective, right? Yeah, I never heard of the guy, but I mean, like, just giving a platform to whoever the fuck and just like sitting there and smoking weed and uncritically absorbing and riffing for 3 hours
And
off of
making
just
hundreds of millions of
I
dollars
mean,
doing
I think
it.
that
Yeah.
like that has had a huge impact on our culture, and I don't think it's been a fucking good one. And I think
No,
that
it's been a
his
terrible one.
complete lack of accountability, I think, it's really I consider it a fucking abuse of his power.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Like,
I'm bet this is so funny that when I talk about broadcasting, even in my mind's eye, like he didn't even enter the picture. I was thinking like on our level and like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget that there's these, that people still are attuned to these mega mind monoculture
yeah,
fucking
it's I mean, like there's
people,
been
yeah.
so many people like during Me Too, like dudes who got fired from jobs only to be like rehired at like conservative jobs. Like it was basically like a recommendation if you got fired for like being a sex pest. You get swooped up by one of these like right-wing conglomerates that are, you were talking about the media condensing earlier, and like
monopolizing.
that's sort of like what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah, in a way, but it's like but the real dark star about it all is like we can all choose to not subscribe to stupid fucking
It's true.
streaming platforms.
We don't have computer chips in our brains yet
Exactly.
that tunnel it right in there.
Yeah, but it's like
They're working on it.
the problem is like how far, if like you're gonna do that, like what's really gonna get shit to move is once we start in understanding how intrinsic our everyday things are, like backed by these companies. And like I mean, Amazon's the most obvious. Like the sheer amount of like comfortability and fake necessity they've provided us with, like, not being able to fathom not getting a specific style of stapler in my mailbox in 10 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like, and like those sort of intrinsic kind of processes that I think are, it's like that, those are the building blocks of the real dark shit that's coming when they start to, keep things away, and then we have to pay more for them, kind of a thing. Because there's always that turn, there's always that villain turn, and there is with Joe Rogan. We're seeing it now, where it's like you can't. There's there's absolutely no purpose in the world for you, to like have to feel, or like to feel like you owe anybody anything, and still you make these decisions that is almost like baiting. Like you have to be consciously baiting that, like you're screwing with like a sort of kind of equilibrium and political standards or whatever. Like the fact that they didn't think that Trump on his podcast helped sway that election is insane. Of course it did. Like, And that's what I mean. Like they all think they're just like boys on the block, just shooting shit.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
like
it's
you
because
are
they
all
don't-
multi-millionaire
Yeah.
millionaire idiots. Like there's nothing relatable to you at all from any of us. I mean, except for archery and him, and Terrence McKenna maybe. But like,
there's a lot of people that like are really into it and look at this dude and like look at him as like a fucking role model and shit and like. Yeah.
I just hate. It's like the one thing that I hate mostly. I think is this like class tourism that millionaires partake in all the time because it's they feel guilty having more money than they'll ever see in their lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As they should.
Easy way to fucking remedy that would be just give it the fuck away, right?
And it's like not asking for handouts, but asking as somebody who, spent the past decade of their life building like a way for me to survive through art and things that I'm good at, and to have the government deplete shit from me because I'm now like the smallest inch above a bracket I was when I was starving. You know what I mean? And the fact that they are not paying anything,
I feel
alone would make me go throw rocks at a
Yeah, we should get rid of the brackets and go to percentage.
Say something.
Yes, sir.
You
Sorry.
You said a minute ago. This is something. Okay, so a while back, you mentioned really briefly that like we have a difficult time like envisioning a world beyond capitalism. I do think that's something that we need to like start trying to envision. So when you hear yourself saying things like "I'm not asking for handouts," that's a horrible thing to put into your head or into the world. Take handouts. Like if we want, they take them all the time. Like billionaires are billionaires because of all the handouts. They worked for their money? Yeah, they didn't work for their money. Why do we have to? Yeah. But I think like the idea that like handouts somehow bring dishonor is a terrible idea to have in our minds. Like take as many handouts as you can get and give things away to other people. Like that's how you defeat capitalism, is you don't buy into it.
Yeah. You just run it dry. It's excesses, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I simplified it way too much. That's not the only way to do it. You still have to do things like pay rent and buy food and all those horrible things. But like, I mean, especially for people who want to make a living doing art and stuff like that, like,
yeah,
the thing that sucks about it is like so many people who are really, really skilled, talented artists don't actually make profit off of their art. Their art ends up being traded as a commodity amongst billionaire classes and
fed to an algorithm.
Fed to an algorithm or used as part of an investment portfolio, and it's no longer ours. So take as many handouts as you can get. I hope that somebody drops off $3 million in a briefcase on your doorstep tomorrow or today, then we can each get $1 billion. Here.
Hell yeah, I knew us three together would cause some ruckus. What I'll do is I'll just catch up with chat just a little bit, then we'll have like an intermission, and then we can
basement time. Goof
off in the basement doing some fun stuff. That sounded weird. It's not. It's much cooler. Let's see. Jilly says, good night. All right, my friends. Much love to all, but I need to drop for a few. I need to get up and eat, and I'll check back in and see if you guys are still alive. Yeah, thank you so much, Jilly. That was great.
Thank you for the reading. I really appreciate it.
For the reading, for putting up with all that crazy. Big thanks to Leo, too. And big shout out to Eric Millar. Dude, I know you're probably grumpy right now because you couldn't be a part of this, but me out of anybody has got your back to give a redo on this, so no worries, man. And you're a father, you're a hardworking artist yourself, and so we'll get you back. We'll try it again soon.
Yeah, and if you're ever down in Portland, looking forward to hopefully meeting you in person sometime. Yeah,
he's close. He should come in soon. One of these days, we should, we gotta line that up. X10 says, bad can be a bit subjective in a public forum, especially in this Me Too world. Well said, Keats. Second chance should always be a pathway to redemption. I mean, yeah, it's a pathway, but it's the beginning of the pathway, right?
I think the first part of redemption, yeah, so that you have to have the pathway. Oh, it is. But you also, you know, people have to be able to like learn from a mistake and
Yeah,
take
yeah.
accountability in order to like. I feel like, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think the reason why I brought up all of that stuff was that as you know, podcasters or as like hosts in your own right, coming across anybody with you know, any kind of blowback for somebody's views that you had on that you didn't know had those views, or like, you know what I mean? I think the stuff that annoys me the most is like us being arbiters of like every facet of the person sitting across from us. You know? So,
Well, I mean, so it really just depends, right? Like I obviously like try to do some due diligence of like, you know, if I want to have somebody on the show, I'll like look through some of their social media, I'll see what they're saying, I'll like see what they seem to be like interested in and look for glaring red flags. You know, I might search their name to see if some kind of controversy comes up or whatever. But there have been people who I have had on the show who I sort of ended up like getting to know later, and who ended up, you know, not some people, a lot of people I ended up getting to know, and they were super fucking chill and we're still friends.
Yeah.
But there's a couple people
Few bad apples.
who I, you know, got to know a little bit better, and it sort of came to light that maybe they weren't the kind of people who I wanted my hard work to be giving a platform
For
to.
sure.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally fair and valid. Yeah, I fortunately I haven't really run into that. There was I mean, I've had like maybe there's just relationships with past guests that meeting them, like there just wasn't, like we weren't, it was very much we wouldn't be friends in real, you know what I mean?
And that's
Everything.
okay.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
don't
exactly.
have to be like friends with everybody you interview, you know, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and but that's like the only thing. And you know, I've always kept like the big ethos with PRAGMAGICK was I would never take solicitors. Everyone I had on would be because I was like they created something that I was at that time like moved by or like, you know, responded to. So I already had a connection with them. But then there were some folks that I'd have on because of that connection I had. Is such a minute thing in their entire existence of being on this earth, right? Like some shit will come up that they did in the past or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I guess we do. We should do our due diligence to look that stuff up. And the one guy I'm thinking of, I know he did have views that I actually brought up, and you know, we addressed like face to face on the show and whatnot. I guess it's the other way to deal with it. It's just like actually,
Sure, yeah, actually
dealing
address
with
it and say
Yeah.
like, hey, why did you reference Julia Savola in your book about chaos magic or whatever, right? Like,
yeah. Wow, the tides have turned on that one, huh? Now Nick Land is on fucking Tucker Carlson, and all hell is breaking loose. I remember. I
deep
remember. I remember a darling of the occult world on the eve of publishing their first big Aleister Crowley book,
Yes.
and getting canceled for citing Nick Land.
Oh no, Nick Land. Oh,
For citing Nick Land, or like
I don't think I know who Nick Land is.
Nick Land is he's a very controversial philosopher.
Yeah, he's
quote,
like
unquote.
it's like one of these like the new like NU
Yeah.
intellectual.
Well, he was an early
like new metal, but new intellectual.
Well, he was actually part of the CCRU with Mark Fisher and them doing like really crazy, like really interesting. Like there's no good or bad. It's like these are thoughts and philosophies, right? Like it's just kind of these weird ideas, all amphetamines up, you know, late 90s cyberpunk kind of shit. But anyways, he's always been kind of this funny boogeyman, like in the background. And I just remember people, someone prominent. I actually haven't heard from them in a long time. I don't even know if they still do anything in the occult world, but getting straight up canceled because of their, I don't even think it was like a direct association. It was like they had maybe
mentioned
lauded
it
or
or
mentioned,
something.
yeah,
Oh.
like,
I don't
well,
remember.
because Nick Land was like, I guess, that much of a boogeyman back
Oh,
then.
interesting.
And so imagine how funny it is to me to see
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson hold up the pneumogram. I'm like, what the
Fucking- I
fuck
don't know,
is
dude.
happening?
Well, what's happening is a fast descent into fascism is what's fucking happening.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, like, no one's a proper, like, no one's at the wheel knowing what the fuck they're doing. That's the funniest part.
It's
like, yes,
and
the
most terrifying.
ideas,
Yeah.
the ideas he espouses, like, especially the accelerationism and, like, you know,
Which I think
we're
is
all just
really-
meat suits.
Yeah, this is
you know?
why the far right really glommed onto
Yeah,
him. And I don't know,
exactly.
so I don't know if Nick
'Cause he
Land
wa-
actually ever identified as that politically though.
No.
Because, but unlike
But-
Julius
yeah,
Evola,
right.
who did, he identified not just as a fascist, but as what he called a super fascist.
Yeah.
Because he said it wasn't just enough that you were racially pure, you should also be spiritually pure.
Right, but then again, Ebola. This was when Mussolini was
It was
dictator.
very fashionable.
Yeah, fashionable. Yeah, but sorry, that was too easy. That was too easy. But the funny thing with
It's like a fashion bash.
Nick Land, because it's so weird though. It's like Nick Land feeds the old satanic panic story because it's like, oh, these occultists summoning demons in tech and AI, and have you noticed that circuit boards look like sigils? Like just like shit we talked about 30 fucking years ago. It's funny that it's coming to the surface now. But anyways,
And like in the most like degraded
banal.
form.
Yeah. And like, but the funny thing with Nick Land is like, he seems like this witless, like, proper English dude that just gets caught in people's stowaway boats on different things. Like, he pops up on like streams answering for, something he wrote 20 years ago, getting mainstream attention as like antichrist kind of stuff or whatever. But his whole thing was always like it makes sense that the right wing gloms onto him because they're all doomsday seeking machines. Like his whole thing was that the human race shouldn't continue. Like I don't even think he was positive, if there are positivities, in the aspect of like transhumanism, where it wasn't like evolution. It's just like, well, we should stop. Like, and of course, right wing eschatology, like
Wouldn't it like a shorter road be for that dude to just commit suicide?
yeah. But even his, like, again, these are musings, meanderings. Like he's an academic philosopher. They get paid to just
Yeah.
think
right.
out loud,
Yeah.
Just bark on the paper,
It's true. Yeah.
And that's what's insane to me is now, like, it was always funny to me that he was a boogeyman. Not so much in the sense that it was like spooky. It was like he's literally doing his station in life, which is to kind of conjure up the craziest shit that maybe make some semblance of interest and connectivity in the world. That's like honestly what we're all doing, but like him as a philosopher, that was like his station. So to like automatically think that he's showing up to KKK part or like going up to the AI, some AI god, and like it's like, no, he's not. Like it's just got so comic book villainy, like of how we see the world and these characters. Like, you have that thought, then you must be that. You know what I mean? And anyways, yeah, the Nick Land of it all is just really, really amusing
I
to
had
me.
no idea we were going to be talking.
I know, sorry.
I actually would have prepared.
Oh yeah, I know. I apologize. Again, I'm saying all this sheer knowledge that like we're not diving into anything deep right now. This is more of a pontification, just how crazy it is that an obscure character that was thought to be such a like kind of radical weirdo in our like niche communities that the sheer mention of him would get your book canceled, is now getting wholesale adopted by, popular media and stuff. super interesting. I don't know what we're supposed to learn from that, if anything. Probably
Me
nothing.
neither.
Yeah, probably nothing at all. But anyways, Lord Josh Allen always stood out for me as a young practicing weather magician. His knowledge and daily practice was always inspiring. So grounded too, considering his age. Yeah, Lord Josh.
Yeah.
We go way back with Mr. Allen. He's doing well, I believe. I've seen some recent posts, but we haven't properly caught up in ages. But he's one of those guys. Like he has that archetypical nature that I always resonate with. He's like a perfect emanation of a self. You know what I mean? Like a perfect Lord Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And
Yeah,
like I look like
some sort of like Shinto magic thing. That he did.
Yeah, it
Some sort of,
was-
like, I remember some very elaborate props.
yes, yeah, some
Yeah.
like Eastern weather magic.
Yeah.
What was
that's pretty cool.
the main guy he always used to talk about?
I don't
I'd
remember.
butcher
That
it.
was so long ago.
But
That was
so long ago, yeah.
In reference to knowing the rules so that you can break them, got a comment from
Oh,
my
yeah, yeah.
Discord. This is Surfratter.
Oh, is there like a alternative
There's
chat
people-
happening?
Oh yeah, all
This-
over the internet.
Yeah, we're
Let's
all
check
over
my
the
Discord.
place. Yeah, no, I let the folks on my Discord know that I would be here, and
Discord a lot.
I love it.
but
We don't want to give engagement.
But
to it.
Surfratter said, well, Surfratter let me know that they don't have a YouTube account.
Yeah. No worries.
But they say know the rules so you can edge the edge cases and get away without it exploding in a big mess. So know the rules so you can know the edge cases and get away without it exploding in a big mess.
Oh,
Love
no.
it. Hell yeah.
No, absolutely. Sorry. At the same time you were reading that, I got some knowing
Know the rules,
information.
edge the edge cases. You can get away without it exploding in a big mess. There we go.
I don't have any.
Okay, I'm not going to even address
traffic
whatever
to
that.
share.
I'm sure I do, and I apologize to everyone in Discord. It looked like there was funny. It was a good turnout of people in the chat to hang out and listen. Maybe I didn't communicate it well enough that it would be like the YouTube is the main thing. I'm using Discord as a window, so maybe they thought the event was in Discord. I don't know. But in any case, we are absolutely overdue for some sort of respite, some sort of like intermission, we'll say. And then we can hang out in the basement and do some fun stuff. But I would like to... just thank everybody. I'll probably tend to the dog, change some stuff around, do some back end stuff, but the dimming room is fully going. We could do live music, we could do live video manipulation, analog, video projections, and even straight digital signal. I mean,
A little bit of human sacrifice.
I mean,
for the big-
all of it in the material world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, let's do that. But let me go ahead and throw on sort of intermission spell here. I went through and created a bunch of cool stuff.
So what's next?
Scenes. We can do so many. Let's see. Oh, we can do the Leo, who's been here. I mean, I have stuff to present that went through the window. Eric couldn't make it. By the way, I just want to say all the plans that I had, all the stuff that I created to talk about, and to all the We the Hollowed stuff of it, totally fine not getting to a lot of it. Like, this was way better than, way more fun.
Yeah, we still have time.
No, I'm just saying this, like, if anybody was, like, looking for certain videos or audio or something, like, we'll get to it, or it'll be edited in later, or I'll do a separate thing. The whole point of today was that this is the, breaking the levee open, so that we can just do these with a bit more, consistency. And I'll be in Seattle for 10 days next week, and I'm bringing this setup, so I'll be able to do stuff in the weird places that I'm going, because a big thing for the sacred space stuff that we were talking about, especially as I'm writing about it for the new Divergent Magic Grimoire, is this idea of like building a sacred space no matter where you're at, and like, it doesn't. There's something classist thinking that like you need to have a magic room, right? Or
Yeah.
like you can afford a magic room, or
Oh,
like
yeah,
you can
absolutely.
afford any of these
Yeah.
things. So it's really about like how you are ordaining kind of,
Yeah.
a space wherever you're at to kind of ground and
This reminds me
Yeah.
a little bit of how I think about the concept that we've been playing with of like void house, right? Like this is investigating the like, magical properties of consent, right? And
oh sure.
so like the void house is like, through communicating about our needs and our boundaries and all the rest of that goes into a consent practice, we construct this like realm of safety around ourselves through through doing these actions and stuff. And this is something that exists on a sort of like different plane, right? It's not a physical structure, but it is something that can bring a lot of like safety and security, and can be like a way of coming into a circle together to like really align your intentions to work really powerful magic together. If everybody's intentions are aligned,
Right.
then we're
That preamble has
Yeah.
been sorted.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like it wouldn't matter. Like the variables you think matter so much really don't. It's like these deeper, like more immaterial ones that, kind of carry that safety and sanctimonious kind of aspects of your altar space, or your, you know what I mean? Really, at the end of the day, it's just wood and molecules. It's like,
or it exists in the mind. There's a lot of friends I have that do a lot of their magic astrally in their
exactly.
their
Yeah.
temples and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly salt.
Yeah.
It's all salt.
Her salt friends. Yeah. My salt friends. Well, sweet. I'm going to share. Let's see. We're going to do. So this is me. This was a great experiment. This is a live, interactive, improvised music. However, the trick is Leo, who was in the Stellar Spectres, is an amazing drummer, and I have a project with him called Dim Zoom. And I had this really crazy idea one night within Hauntomancy, it's about a lot of the aspects of that praxis is about working in congress with like emanations of a self, whether it's like temporal or a heteronym, like a character you're playing, or it's like an aspect or a prospect of self, really. And so one of those ways you can do so, especially if you're an artist, is like to work like in congress with your own discography to create something new. And even in the micro sense of that, like capturing Leo just play something on the drums on his webcam, and then taking that, me not have ever hearing it or seeing it, putting it on a VHS to loop, projecting that, and then playing with him as if he was literally in the room.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Dope. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what we call it, VHS Spectres. And so it's me playing with the ghost of Leo on drums here.
I love it. Okay.
I remove my face as a Halloween mask and take a deep breath. I feel as light as a whispering thought. I feel as light as the voice behind the other. I can see the schematics of purple tetrahedrons build and bone and orb around me, the heat craft across these murky modes. This is the ship needed to drift through the plains. I now see the sheen of solid purple turn into a faint pink, as if it became a translucent, fleshy, and it encases me as if it were an embryonic sac, my spectral fetus in a ghostly womb. I begin to drive the bubble. I begin to float. This pink sack of gelatin thus lifts me through the bathroom ceiling, through the upstairs neighbor's living room. I see them circled around the floor, laughing, passing around a tequila bottle among the rhythmic bumps of some haughty Spotify playlist. I smirk, because even in this translucent lift, I still judge. I keep raising through their attic. The amount of boxes with their parents' handwriting surprises me as I float up through the ceiling and into the cobalt evening atmosphere above. I look down. There is my street. There is my car. Like a neon satellite picture of ghostly movements on a static city block. My toes start to tremble. I am afraid. I recall my newly found fear of heights as I reach a height where only the curvature of the earth is viewed in a sun-kissed hue. I raise my left hand and reach outwards forever, warping into the space beyond the hues and into the unknown. I raise my right hand and reach outwards forever, warping into a forever distant white dot far beyond the earth below. This is my axis of self. These coordinate snakes forever punching out and into each sector is gyrating my bubble as my gray ghost finds footing. I recall this was the key to unlock the hatch above. As I turn my head upwards, I see a luminous bloodwood tree with its radiant red blood beginning to fill my sphere, gushing around my floating specter. I am not scared. I recall this transmutation of blood is the only way through. I focus on the tree and its array of lush hyacinths and marigolds, like beacons on a flight path, and they begin to beat between light and dark in a heart.
Hello. Really? So it works.
As the bloodwood blood reaches my chin, my body is submerged in a blood balloon, suspended yet anchored by sine wave serpents reaching out in
Go ahead and speak for me.
Hello, this is Luxa.
Hey, this is Eric. Oops, sorry. Hey, this is Eric. I'm in a basement.
We're underground.
Yeah. So coming through.
In the words of the immortal Ben Folds, everything's better underground. Everyone's happy underground. I don't know. It's off of his first album. It was one of those things.
I'm not
that makes sense.
well versed
If he
in Ben
was
Folds' catalog.
Singing about bricks being heavy, he was drowning women, wasn't he? And burying women. Remember? She's a brick and she.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, shit. And then you were just talking about another song he has about
Everything's-
burying.
Wait, did he
somebody?
turn out
That's
to be
weird.
a psycho murderer?
In my headcanon? Yeah.
Okay.
Ben Folds, the psycho murderer.
Is this the same Ben Folds of Ben Folds 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one and only.
The one and only Ben
Not to
Folds.
be confused with Ben Folds 2.
I mean, Ben Folds 5 only had
You
3
guys,
people.
yeah, find
Oh, we have to
those
go,
things or just find somewhere else. Okay.
Aye, that is.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Hell yeah, that's what I do to my guests. They blind
Fuck me.
I mean, you don't have to stand in front of the projector and stare at
Well, you told us to come over here, Keith.
I basically just wanted you out of my way.
Fair enough.
Hey.
there, you're on VHS.
I know that guy.
I didn't need to bring on the projector. I don't know why I did that. I thought we were having fun.
Alexis got shades.
So there's the camera.
Oh, hey, all right.
But I mean, oh wait, no, we got this camera too. I forgot. We actually have my Blackmagic, professional camera that I built.
I think I can't tell if that's a. It's this
Your
camera.
height disparity is something I just discovered.
You guys are both short. I mean, I'm not very tall.
No.
I don't think I'm tall at all.
I'm average height.
I mean, I'm average for a man. If I stand up straight, I'm not that short from you.
I think I'm average for a man, aren't I?
What are you?
5'9"-ish.
No,
I think
you're
that
not,
is-
Dude, I'm like 5'10", so you must
No
be
way.
like 5'11". Yeah.
That's
Maybe you're
impossible.
wearing bigger shoes.
Aren't I taller than you?
I'm also wearing sneakers.
Well, I'm wearing. I mean, that's probably.
You
like
are,
half
but
an
only
inch.
like by an inch.
But I swear I'm only like 5'9".
That's funny.
I
Everything's
think
a
I'm
lie.
5'4".
Maybe I have kept growing. Maybe
Maybe?
I'm taller.
Yeah, maybe.
It's all the
There's
vitamins.
others.
Oh yeah, I like our lights.
Oh yeah, I can do another here. We'll get on the cleaner camera. Let's see if that works. Where did that go? Here. This was working so beautifully last night. I felt like Bruce Wayne.
I like this shadowy version of us. I hope that you put us through some sort of like voice distortion filter.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah.
The Illuminati.
It's just
Wish
so
you a
funny
good
to
night.
me that the day of, or like it was just right before, like just the chain of effects that make everything sound working. Come on, I just had you, buddy. Don't be a jerk.
Oh wait, something changed.
No, don't do that. Let's see. Well, I'm just trying to get you on this damn pier. I'm gonna do this the old school way. And we are going to go.
I wonder if we're audible right now.
You are.
Like on the live stream?
Yep.
Oh.
Excellent.
So Luxa.
I thought this is what you wanted.
Knock knock.
Who's there, Eric?
Oh shit! I didn't think this far ahead.
Hey, Eric,
I
knock
thought
knock.
this
Who's
is
there?
what you wanted.
Orange. Banana. I fucked it up in the very beginning. That was a bad show.
Yeah, I'm going for broke here. I'm gonna just unplug all my cool stuff.
Hey Luxa,
Just
what do
to
you
get
call
you on
a
the
dinosaur in a
camera.
car accident?
I don't know.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I love it. Okay.
I would call an ambulance. They're probably hurt.
Wow, that's a really good camera compared to the last
I
one.
know, yeah. See, I got all the formats.
Welcome to PRAGMAGICK. My name is Reverend Eric, and I am not the host of the show.
I hate the overhead lights.
Do you remember the 80s? Because this is what everything looked like.
I know.
Greetings.
Well, I tried to liven it up with the projector, but you guys didn't
You can
like
turn the
that.
projector back on. I'm ready for it now. And Luxa's got
I've got
sunglasses.
sunglasses I can wear.
And then we'll take you out to give you some.
Oh, some space.
Focus.
Is this the live stream that the
This
folks
is the
can
live
see?
stream right now. Everybody can see
Yep.
this.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yep. This is our humorous outro.
You know,
Professional podcasting at its best.
this is.
Well, I had everything fun for performing and doing stuff, but having mics and just a static, clean shot, I did not have set up.
There's a lot to be going on with, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you
no
go.
worries.
Okay.
You should be. Yeah, look at that beautiful picture.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so thanks for attending the PRAGMAGICK HAUNTQUINOX, which it's the fourth annual HAUNTQUINOX.
I think it's the fourth one. I think there've been.
But I mean,
some autumnal. equinox.
So you think this is the fourth HAUNTQUINOX, right? Because there's a
fifth.
vernal and an
the fifth,
autumnal.
and we've only added. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a solstice thing too?
Yeah. That's
So
the...
join us in 3 months for the PRAGMAGICK Haunstice.
We'll make it for Eric.
Yeah, and this was just one of the first of many of hangout sessions that we're hoping to do and stream and put some fun content out there for people. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us and enjoying the chaos with us. We appreciate it.
And also, I'll try to zoom out a little so folks can at least see where you're at.
We're very excited to see if this 50-year-old camera can zoom. Hey, look, it's a crotch shot. That's what everybody wants.
My best angle.
This is the high quality one with the bad, the depth of focus I don't have on this lens is not great for this camera. It's not, it doesn't have shallow. It's not shallow enough.
So there's no depth of focus on this camera.
Cool.
I feel like we really should be having some sort of conspiratorial conversation about, I don't know, world banks.
Yeah, sounds racist, honestly.
Dang. Cancelled again.
Cancelled once again. But no, this has been such a fun time. Thank you so much, Keats, for facilitating this. This is people watching can't see the wild amount of different cameras and monitors, Keats, and it's just so fun to be here in this den of madness that Keats has constructed, and really looking forward to experimenting with all kinds of stuff with y'all.
And also all the rushing around. It's amazing how much elevation change Keats has had today. He is rushed up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, sometimes possibly passing himself as he does it in order to connect cables and thingamajigs. And he does a great job keeping all of the cables out of the shot, so you can't see it. But it's basically like an Indiana Jones movie down there. There's all snakes.
I hate it. That's my biggest irk. Is cable messiness. So having to go live when all this wasn't sorted was very hard for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's never going to be perfect, right? And part of what's fun about this stuff is it's you get out there and put whatever out there you have to offer, and that's oftentimes just what is needed for the time in which you're doing it. So fuck yeah.
So Luxa, where can people find the Luxoccult podcast?
Oh, well, people can find Luxoccult wherever fine podcasts are sold or listened to. Or listened to, I should say. It's free to listen to. You can also find it on YouTube if you're the type of pervert who likes to use YouTube for podcasts. We've got you. We do not judge.
These are the perverts.
And absolutely, yeah. You can also find it here on YouTube, and there's a lot of other content besides the podcast on the YouTube channel as well. So come check it out. We talk about the intersections of magic, art, technology, spirituality, science, and much more. And there's some content about magic and mental health, which has been pretty popular for people. And we've been doing a little bit of current events stuff as well. So come take a look.
Hell yeah. What about you, Sir Eric Arneson?
Well, my website is arnemancy.com. I'm sure there's a link in the show notes if you look below. I also cover a lot of magic and occult stuff, mostly centered on Western esotericism and Western magical tradition things. I haven't been very good about putting out new episodes lately, but I've got a huge backlog of stuff. So arnemancy.com or Arnemancy on YouTube, because I believe all of my episodes end up published on YouTube as well.
People can also take classes from you as well.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed, we both have online classes.
I've enjoyed your classes a lot. I just went to the Stenographia class.
Oh, yes.
Actually, it was the second time I took it, because the first time I was over on the East Coast, and it was a little bit late at night for me at the time. And so I wanted to get a refresher on all that cool, the intersections of cryptography. There we go.
And
occultism
magic.
And all of the rest of it's super my jam. So I appreciate you
that's
putting
something
that
I'm
out
really obsessed with. So I do a lot of things about that. Yeah. So thanks for joining us.
Should we? And now,
Also, if you're in Portland, come to Workers Tap tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going to be doing a free ceremony that is open to anybody, and we're going to be creating some community protection salt.
it sounds sounds salty.
It will be in a good way.
Sweet.
All right, and
Well, they
thanks.
can't hear me, but
Thank you, Keats Ross.
Thank you,
Revelator
Keats
Ross.
Ross.
He is behind the camera right now.
Absolutely. Our intrepid leader for this endeavor.
He's waving. He's having a good time. He has so many weird cameras. It is
Now stare into the abyss.
yes. Now into the abyss. This is only one of many control
back upon
centers
yourself.
in the house.
Yeah.
Is there like a sign off on PRAGMAGICK? Is there something where it's like
Haunt
keep
on.
doing haunt on,
Haunt on, friends.
haunt on, friends. Should I
Awesome.
hit? Should I stop streaming now?
It's like, yo, don't do it. I'll do it.
It's getting all Blair Witch in here.
Bye, folks. Always better
This will be the
later.
last footage you see before our gruesome deaths.